Welcome to the Loudon Drawing Channel. I'm Ken, and I am continuing my efforts in learning how to draw anime. Here in this video, I am trying to just practice drawing the front face of an anime character. Right now, I am just drawing the circle and using some guidelines to help me map out the face of a character. Usually, as far as what I've seen other videos of, or on Google, just searching for drawing anime faces, and just observation too with a different artist. I put the nose at the bottom of the circle, and then a little bit of ways down, I put the mouth, and then the chin, which is probably about a little bit more than half of the circle, maybe. About 2/3 of the circle is the top of the eyes, at least where I am placing them. One thing to note about using guidelines and drawing these characters is you're flexible at how you want to draw it. Just kind of do what you might like, but there is some, overlapping consistencies with most anime art. Again, I drew the eyes pretty big, and the upper portion of the head is pretty big as well. Maybe that makes the characters look a little cuter, maybe. I kind of erased a little bit of the lines. I'm just trying to rework how I want the chin to look. Different styles might have a little bit more narrow chin or more angular chin. I'm trying to do a little bit more round chin. Now I'm going back and working on the eyes, and I'm kind of going back and forth, just kind of making sure that they look pretty similar to each other. I've already done some videos on eyes. I just keep practicing them every day to get better at them. There's a lot of styles you can use. One thing to note is that, I kind of talked about this in another video, is that your eye spacing between your eyes are at least another eyeball width, but it doesn't have to be. You can kind of change that up if you want to. Now I am drawing this picture kind of small, so the smaller your picture is going to be, or your arts, the harder it is to get your details, especially if you're using paper and a pencil. If you're doing this digitally, you might have a little bit easier time to kind of zoom in on parts of the face and be able to get a little bit more details that you want and get things to be a little bit more corrected for you. Right now I'm just doing everything in paper and pencil. My paper I'm using isn't anything special, just some basic sketch pad that probably picked up from Hobby Lobby or something like that. But if you ever use like kind of thicker kind of paper, you can kind of tell the difference when you're using that paper versus using a sketch pad. A little bit easier to work with, less fighting of the pencil with the paper. But since I'm just sketching things out, it's not really that important. I added a little bit of a, I guess, upper eyelid line there, and I'm just doing the nose. And then I'm noticing here that my guidelines are just kind of like in my way now, so I want to erase them, just see how my drawing is looking right now, and go back and fill in some of these lines. I kind of moved the mouth up a little bit and just kind of do a really basic kind of expression here. Again, just kind of working that chin. Now here I'm kind of measuring where I might want to put the neck here. I'm using the middle of the pupils to kind of as a guide. The thinner the neck, maybe the cuter it is if you're drawing a female anime character. Maybe if it was a male character, you might do a little thicker neck. But again, it's always about the style that you're portraying, or whatever kind of character you're drawing. Now the ears, I'm not spending too much time and too much details in the ears. I just kind of looked at some artists and how they draw the inside of the ear and just kind of do the same thing. Adding a little shadow underneath the nose and adding a shadow for the bottom lip. And then just adding a little shadow underneath the neck. Just kind of darkening up the lines, making a little curl there where the neck meets the chin. And then adding the eyebrows. Again, no, I'm not working on any facial expressions right now. Just practicing mapping it out. And I'm not really going to do the hair. I'm just kind of drawing a couple lines. Who knows if this will look good or not for the hair. But I probably need to spend some time practicing that. And there we go. We have kind of a quick sketch of a anime face. And I'm going to do it one more time. And again, just going to draw the circle. And I might use less guidelines this time. There's a lot of different ways that you can draw circles. If you haven't drawn circles before, I would just practice drawing it over and over again. One thing about doing these drawings while recording, I don't feel like my hand position is in the best spot because I'm trying to not have my hand in front of the camera so that you can see. So I'm not as maybe loose as I would like to be when I'm doing these drawings. I always seem to have a hard time drawing the right side. I guess it's maybe the left side of the character, but right side to my view of the chin. It never quite looks the same. I'll probably erase that later and try to fix it. And again, with the guidelines that I use, always like look at your drawing and look to see if it looks how you want it to look. Just keep looking at it. You can erase what you need to, move things as you need to. Again, probably like doing this digitally, it might be a little bit quicker and easier to kind of undo what you draw if you've ever used tablets before. I've mentioned in other videos I don't have like a very good tablet. It has a small surface space. I mean, it's doable, but not really the best. Again, just trying to mimic what I had done in the other picture. I feel like I got the eyes a little bit better maybe in this one as far as like the size of it. They're a little bit closer, I think, than the other drawing I just did. And maybe I need to really practice drawing that spacing and get it the same way each time. The more you practice your drawings, you know, obviously the better you're gonna get. And I might in the future, I might just take like a well-known anime character and just practice the front face of it and just kind of compare it, like my drawing to the actual drawing, and see how close I'm getting it to it, and just maybe practice that over and over again, and then kind of draw it in my style, I guess. Here again, I'm just going to try to erase some of these guidelines, get them on my way so they're not distracting me, and I can kind of see the picture a little bit better. I'm going to kind of fix that chin. Sometimes making the chin a little bit rounder for females, make them a little bit cuter, I guess. Doing the same kind of nose, just kind of two lines. Trying that shadow into that nose. I kind of like doing that. Makes it pop a little bit. And I don't know so much about this mouth here. Probably made it a little bit too wide. But something I need to work on are probably expressions, but take one thing at a time. Get really good at one thing, and then move on to the next one. Don't think that you have to master everything at once. Because really, if I can't get this to look good, then you know who's the second get anything else to look good. Again, just going to add some eyebrows. I'm still not sure how I want to do eyebrows, but and for this drawing, I'm not going to bother with the hair. I need to probably spend some time just drawing here anyways. But that's it. That's another face. I will probably try to start practicing on doing bigger, larger faces. But there you go. Another day of drawing. And I hope you're enjoying this and continue watching. Thank you. Give a like and subscribe.